All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about copywriting. And I have a very specific example and this is real time, folks. There is this week in my city, I live in Cincinnati, and Cincinnati has a Black Tech Week. So it's a week filled with just technological workshops and founders and speakers are coming. Issa Rae is the keynote speaker for one of the events. And one of the things I'm working on right now is a one sentence description of my company that I want to be able to describe to people. And I want to do it for Heritage Hill. It'd be cool if I could do it for this course to say, hey, I'm trying to create, an ed tech course on artificial intelligence. It would be fitting. But I want to just walk you through how you can go about doing this. And this is kind of a form of copywriting. When you want to just create text that allows you to market or advertise your business, your service. So if you're a nonprofit or if you have a business, it is important that you understand copywriting. Your about us section, if you're writing Facebook ads, whatever have you. This is kind of a good exercise, and I want to show you how I think through this. So the real key to being able to use ChatGPT for copywriting is to make sure that you give enough context, that you give it as much information as you possibly can that's relevant to then be able to build off of that. So what do I mean? So as you guys know, I said I want to create a one sentence pitch to be able to introduce my company when someone asks me, oh, what's your company do? So the best thing you can do is give the software as much information about the company as you can. And again, we did the dictation. So as you guys should know now that this right here, you press that and it dictates for you and talk to text. So I'm going to show you just how I would do it, how I think through it to be able to generate ideas that allow me to brainstorm, to be able to think about how I can introduce this. So, all right, I need some help coming up with a one sentence intro to my company. It's going to be Black Tech Week here in my city, and people are going to be asking, hey, what does your company do? And I want to be prepared, so I'm going to just explain everything it does. And could you generate maybe a couple sentences, maybe 5 one-liners that could be helpful, and we could build off of those. So my company, the name of the company is Heritage Hill, and we're an e-commerce company. We've been in business for about the last 5 years. I started the company in my basement. We specialize in apparel right now, and we do embroidery. We do print. We have a retail shop. We've worked with HBCUs. We've worked with MPHC or Divine Nine fraternity sororities. We've been featured in Essence magazine and GQ magazine. We've been in big box retailers. We're a worker-owned cooperative, and our motto is I'm about making my ancestors proud, and we're a community-centered company. And I just want to be able to introduce this, right? I don't want to say all of this in a sentence. This is too much when people get to ask me, well, what do you do? And I want to be able to just encapsulate that in a one sentence. So can you help me think through that? Can you help generate a couple one-liners and let me work from that? So then you'll see that it was in converting to text. So you should be familiar with this and from the last module. And then it shows you everything I just said. And I'm going to hit submit. So then we can get an idea, and it comes up with Heritage Hill, and it says Hill, Heal, which is interesting. That's kind of interesting. Heritage Hill is a worker-owned e-commerce brand revolutionizing the apparel industry by creating community-centered designs that make our ancestors proud, right? And they say, hey, I like that. You might really like that as a slogan. Heritage Hill, we leave the legacy of our ancestors into each piece of our community-focused apparel line. I actually really, really, really like that. Heritage Hill brings community pride to the fashion scene with our unique, high-quality apparel, reflecting our commitment to keeping our legacy of our ancestors alive. Right, like this is good, right? So this is really, really good. We're Heritage Hill, an apparel e-commerce company known for our community-centered approach honoring our ancestry, and adding a touch of prestige with our features in essence and GQ, right? And I don't know if this would change anything, but the name of the company is actually Heritage Hill. And then I usually say, I'm not sure if that's going to change anything. I'm not sure if that helps. But I just want to make sure, right? To see my mistake. My Heritage Hill is a workaround. You might reshaping the apparel industry and weaving community connections and ancestral pride into every design, right? Like I want. So this is good. So this is just giving an idea, right? I want to say, hey, I want to make sure that this is attractive. Let's say if I was talking to an investor and the investor asks, well, what do you do? So I want to make sure I'm illustrating what we do in a way that would be attractive to a donor, to an investor, to a partner, because ultimately, as a company organization, we could always use more funds. So we want to make it attractive and centered in a way that it would be interesting for a person to invest. So as you can see, like I'm just kind of talking with it. And this is if I was talking with a coach, or if I was talking with someone just on how to develop an idea. And of course, it comes back and it says, okay, let's add words that can get people excited. You can see it added fast growing, right? Heritage Hill is a fast growing worker-owned e-commerce brand. And what do? We're setting a new standard in the apparel industry through our community-centric approach and commitment to preserving heritage backed by our claim in essence and GQ, right? So this is kind of giving me an idea of what would be important to say, right? Hey, we're a fast-growing we're worker-owned, right? We're community-centered, we're an e-commerce brand, right? We're community-centric, and we have a commitment to preserving our heritage. We've been featured in publications like Essence and GQ, right? So this is good. This is really, really good foundation. As an innovative worker-owned cooperative, Heritage Hill weaves ancestral pride and community spirit into high-quality apparel, making us as a unique, investment-worthy opportunity in the e-commerce landscape. Boom shakalaka, right? These are actually like good foundational things, right? And now I have at least 10. I have 10 one-line statements that I can work with, right? So if you could describe Heritage Hill in a couple sentences, how would you do it, right? I like to be able to throw that kind of stuff. If you could describe Heritage Hill in a couple sentences, how would you do it, right? How would I get up and let's say imagine I was on Shark Tank and I got up and I introduced Heritage Hill, what would be the best way for me to be able to do that? And it spelled Heritage Hill wrong again, so I want to be able to capture that and just fix it. Just so we have Heritage Hill, right? And then put that there too. Boom. And right. And it says, good evening, sharks. We are Heritage Hill, an acclaimed worker-owned cooperative, worker-owned e-commerce company that has revolutionized the apparel industry. Our unique business model fuses fashion with a commitment to community and heritage, creating high-quality, heritage-inspired apparel that resonates with our customers nationwide. Featured in Essence and GQ, we've proven our brand's appeal and its potential for exponential growth. We're not just selling clothes, we're selling a powerful narrative of community pride and ancestral honor. We invite you to invest in our story and join us as we take Heritage Hill to new heights. Oh my God, folks. Oh my God, folks. And we've done this in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and we've been able to craft up an opening line for Shark Tank. We've been able to do 10 just different, or 10, 5, 10, 15 different one-sentence pitches. So I hope this gives you a good idea about how you can develop copywriting in your brand, how you can do. So imagine if you're doing this for maybe about us section, right? And you want to be able to develop this. Here are some things that you can do. And the more information I give this, the more I communicate as to what our highlights are done or what our milestones are, the better we can come up with something. So I hope this is helpful. I'd love to be able to hear about what your one sentence pitch for your companies are. I hope you can come up with something great that's dynamite. Let me know and share. Remember, this is a community for us. So share, share. Let me know. I get excited about ideas that people come up with. So, all right. That's it for this module. And thank you so much, you guys. Have a good one.